everybody. Welcome to Community Links. I'm Alice, and we're here today to do some things with some vinegar and some baking soda. Our kids are curious, and experiences with science promotes curiosity and it allows them to explore. Doing things like this also includes their numbers and their counting. They learn about mixing colors and they get to use their imaginations by discovering different possible uses for things. We're also encouraging their language and literacy skills by discussing things with them and asking questions, things about what do you think is going to happen next? What's going to happen if we add this? Those kind of questions. Talking about some possible outcomes. Do you think it's going to foam? Do you think it's going to bubble? Do you think it's just going to sit there? It also provides them with information that helps them to ask their own questions and maybe even describe their own observations about what they're seeing and by what's happening. So there's lots of learning opportunities just from our vinegar and our baking soda. So let's get right to it. One of the things that we have today is we can use different containers. Anything you find around the house. These are some little toy test tubes that we found in our cupboard. We also have been saving these containers here. They are just soap dispensers that we've saved the bottles from. Also, we've got some canning jars and even some jars from our recycle. This was a pasta sauce jar that we kept. Also, we went at Easter time and we collected some of these eggs, and ours we put hot glue in the bottom because it had some holes in it, and in the top we melted a bigger hole just so that we could put our baking soda in there. But today I think we are going to use our little test tubes. Now don't forget that the bigger the jar, the more baking soda and vinegar just to get it to flow over. So our little test tubes here won't take that much. For us to see better, I am going to put it, and to contain the mess, I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet. So here's our baking soda, and I have just a little funnel, and we are going to take with a spoon and put some of that baking soda right into the funnel. Oh, look, I spilled. We'll only need about a spoonful, and we'll shake it in just like that. Look how far up the tube that went, just from one spoonful. Now we take our vinegar. And now this is the easy one. This is the lava that we used to make in school. We're going to try that today with our vinegar and a measuring cup. And we're going to pour some of the vinegar into our measuring cup. Just like that. And just to make it fun and talk about the color and the things that happen when we do the colors, I'm going to add some blue food coloring. Oh, look at the storm. It looks kind of stormy in there right now, doesn't it? We'll take a spoon and we'll just stir it up a little bit. Just like that. And then also, I found my turkey baster. And I also found just a little eyedropper kind of thing, just to make it a little different. We're going to use the turkey baster for this one though. We're going to suck it up, make some bubbles and suck it up into our turkey baster. And we're going to squeeze it in. And look at it foam. Should we do it again? Let's try it one more time. Squeeze some vinegar up into our turkey baster and squeeze it in, and look at the lava. That was a pretty quick reaction, wasn't it? And look it, we've got our tray already filling full of vinegar and baking soda. If you listen carefully, you can even hear it fizzing. So something else we can do is we can take another one of our little test tubes, and again we can fill it full of our baking soda just like we did before. Just a good spoonful into it. Oh, the first one, I can still hear it fizzing. Shake it in there just like the first time. This time though, I'm going to take some dish soap. Oh my goodness, that's a hard word to say today. Some dish soap. And we're just going to give a little squirt in there. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it'll be the same? Let's find out. Just squeeze a little bit in there. Maybe a little more. Just like that. There we go. And I don't think we have enough vinegar, so let's add a little more vinegar to our jar. But we already had the blue in there, so it kind of still stays blue. Look at that. It still has some blue vinegar in there. This time though, I think I'm going to add some color to it. Maybe some yellow. Let's see what happens when we add the yellow to the blue food coloring. In it goes. Look at that. Kind of stir it around. See what happens. Oh, look, it changed color. It changed to a green. Look at that. So again, I'm going to use my turkey baster, mostly because it's a lot of fun. You can also take and pour it from the measuring cup too, but I kind of like what the turkey baster does. Ready? Here we go again. We're going to squeeze it in. Oh, it's a lot slower that time. But look, here come the bubbles. Oh, look how slow it is though. And up and over the edge. Look at it going down there. That nice bright green. Isn't that fun? Let's try it again. Squeeze a little more into here. And back in it goes again. And there comes some more bubbles. That's a real foamy look though. Look how slow it's going over the edges. Quite a bit different than our first one that was very quick. Let's see, that one's doing that one. Let's try this one again with some green this time. Here we go. Oh, this one's still going slowly and this one just had to rush and get out. So that's the difference when you add some dish soap to it. Another fun one you could do is you could take another test tube and you could fill it up just like, or your container and fill it up just like we did with the baking soda, and maybe add some oil. See what happens. Does the baking soda sit on the bottom and then the oil? And fill the oil to almost all the way up to the top. And then you can take your colored vinegar again, and take maybe this time, instead of using a big turkey baster or pouring it in, take an eyedropper and drip it in slowly and see what happens. See what the chemical reaction is there. That might be a lot of fun too. The other thing that we had today is our ice cubes. I made some ice cubes and they are made out of vinegar. So I made 6 out of vinegar, and I made 6 out of baking soda and water. And I made kind of a sticky paste, and I put it in my ice cubes. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. I'm back with my vinegar ice cubes and my baking soda and water ice cubes. So I did try and color them, but as you can see, when I colored them, all the color went to the bottom. But I made some green ones and some red ones, some orange ones, and this yellow one, and even a white one there. Same with my vinegar ice cubes. I made all sorts of colors and they're already starting to melt. Look at that. They were very quick at melting. So what we're going to do with these ones is we are going to take our baking soda again, and this time we're going to sprinkle it on top and see what happens. Oh, do you see that? Look at the ice cubes fizzing. We made fizzy ice cubes. Look at that. Should I get some more baking soda here? We'll try it again. Look at this. Oh, looks like more baking soda I add, the fizzier it gets. Like, should I even try it on the melted part? Look at it fizzing on the top of my ice cube there. Should I do it one more time? Yeah. I think this looks very cool. Do some more. Oh, look at the green one. Look how fizzy it is on the top of the green one. What if I brushed it off? Oh, try it again. Whoa, I put a lot on that one. Look, they're all fizzing. I'm making little mountains on top. You can hear it fizz too. Look at the bubbles in there. Wow. So that's adding baking soda to our vinegar. Let's see what happens with our baking soda ice cubes. They look pretty solid, don't they? Look at that. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try it again. Here's my measuring cup. We'll pour some vinegar into it. It's still a little green from last time. Maybe this time I should add some purple to it. Let's see what happens when I add purple. Oh, it got very, very dark. Look how dark it got. We'll give it another little stir with our spoon. And let's see what happened. Oh, it's almost a brown color. Look at that. Kind of made a brown color. Let's see what happens when we take our turkey baster and fill it full and drop it on top. Oh, do you see it fizzing there? Look at that. Oh my. Very loud, isn't it? I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but you sure can hear it here in the room. And look, the vinegar is starting to melt the ice cubes. Oh, there's a lot of fizz there. Let's try one more time. I think my plate will hold one more, just like that. Look at it. Wow. Should we pick them up and see what happened on the bottom? Oh, they still look pretty good on the bottom, but they sure are busy fizzing. So that's some of the fun that you can have with vinegar and water and a few other things that we find around the house. Have a great day. Bye. Have fun.